Hello everyone and welcome back. If you've been watching some of my recent videos, I looked into play piercing, which is just scratching the surface of body modification. And while doing this, I fell down the deep dark hole that is the TikTok algorithm, and it led me onto so many more body modifications. I by no means have any experience in this kind of field into extreme body modification. However, I know it is something that my viewers really enjoy. I know it's something that you have asked me to react to in the past, so why not, I say. I've always been interested in the ins and outs of body modification, how procedures work, how they heal, how the aftermath affects the person. There's so many levels to it, there's so many different kinds of body modification, and I really think you guys will find this interesting. So today's body modification topic is, look at me, I sound like I am, is it like the vampire guy off Sesame Street? Today's letter is the letter E for eyeball tattoo. Today's body modification is eyeball tattooing. It's a wild one. It's a very controversial one. It's something that I don't even want to call tattooing because it's not tattooing, is it? And if you don't really know how it works, this is probably a great video to see it in action. Not that I'm going to be doing it, but I'm going to be reacting to videos that show people getting their eyeballs tattooed. This is a topic that I would really like to make a series on my channel, looking into different types of extreme body modifications and the people that get them and their stories. So please come along with me for this wild ride that is extreme body modifications. As with most of these body modification videos, there will be no sound because all of them are covered by some kind of emo track on the track. There will not be sound, you will just hear the sound of my voice. So lucky you. To begin with, I'm going to start off with the proper way that these body modification artists do eyeball tattooing. My mentor said I need more practice before I can tattoo people's eyes. Now this is the most delicious video I could find to properly show how these are done. That's right, just drill it right on in there. Just imagine if this was the way that it was done. Terrifying. And you can see why this is not the way it's done. And you can also see this is why this would be so damaging and this would absolutely make you go blind. Look at like how much it like just shakes that eyeball. So obviously that was a joke. Some fucking idiots in the comment section, they don't use tattoo machine on tattooing the eye. You don't think that video like clearly shows that it's taking the piss out of people even calling it eyeball tattooing, because it definitely isn't eyeball tattooing. I just wanted to start off with this video to make it very clear that obviously this isn't what is done. And that's why I think it's a little bit weird that it would even be referred to as eyeball tattooing. It's an injection into the sclera. So I don't know why it is even called that. I guess it's just like the easiest way to describe coloring a part of one's body a different color to what it normally is. I just don't think tattooing is the right term. This is a good explanation as to what the eyeball tattoo is.
This is called a scleral tattoo, where it's injected into the white part of the eye and it is permanent. You can go blind from having this done, so I don't recommend it. Fun fact, incidentally, it's illegal in Oklahoma and Indiana.
It's definitely illegal in a lot of places. Also, the way that one was done looked kind of terrifying, because the ways most people do it is that it's like injected in multiple areas for like a short amount of time. But that just looked like they were just like, let's just inject the entire eye in one go, which I reckon could lead to many issues. Not to mention, we haven't got someone holding the eyelids as their assistant. That is always a major red flag if there isn't someone doing that. There needs to be the two people doing this procedure, because any flinching or moving of the eyelid or the eye could cause major problems. So as you can see, the needle is incoming towards the sclera of the eye and just fills her right on up. So wild. It almost looks like it's like bulging with how like filled it is, but that just could be the angle of the video. Terrifying. So that like technically is how it should be done. And by should be done, I mean that like the needle injecting into the eye, that might not even be the like most precise way of doing it. I mean, I don't know. I don't do it. And how does anyone know if it's being performed correctly? Because no one doing this is actually a medical professional. So that is something that always terrifies me about this. For something so risky to be performed by people who aren't even in the medical field, who don't have a degree in God knows what the degree would need to be in to perform something like this. It just blows my mind that there are people who are body modification artists doing this. Granted, a lot of them probably have done a lot of research, but I mean, how much research is there to be done on something that is widely experimental still, and things can still go drastically wrong? Oh, look how rough they look to begin with and so swollen. I can't imagine like having them freshly tattooed and then having someone be like, let me just open them up and can you stare into this bright ring light immediately after doing this? Like, I struggle, even after getting eyelash extensions, to open my eyes for them to like take photos and videos. Like, I'm dying. And that wasn't even my eyeballs. Like, look, struggling. I can't imagine having a procedure as extreme as this and then being like, all right, here's the ring light, just look straight into that thing for me, thank you, while your eyes are probably on fire. When I see that, I'm already like, red flag. I don't think anyone should be promoting their eyeball tattooing immediately after doing it and making the person stare into a ring light. Huge red flag. Maybe look at it in a few weeks' time when it's healed and the person isn't freshly coming out of the most anxiety-inducing moment of their life and they don't look like they're in pain and their eyes are watering and inflamed. Like, just, it doesn't look good then either. So weird. That's a bit too much movement happening in that eye. Ah! Okay, this is not giving professional or the right way to do it. And I've never seen someone rub the eye around like that before. Not to mention, I've just realized that there isn't someone holding the eyes open and this person is moving their eye around way too much. Nah. Even that looks too deep to me and I don't even know what it's supposed to look like. It just looks like such a fine line between being the right amount under the surface to being too deep. Even that second one looked like it went in deeper than the first one. Not to mention, no one is there holding the eyelids open, which is something you see in definitely the more professional people who are doing it. They always have an assistant there holding the eyelids open as much as possible. And it's also like commonly known that the person has to keep their eye as still as possible. This person's like moving it around as much as possible. Like, even as the needle's coming towards, the person's like, oh, let me just check what's going on around in my surroundings. No, absolutely not. Anyone else who talks about it is like, that eye needs to be absolutely deathly still. All right, another actual procedure. At least it looks like here we have someone being the assistant to hold the eye open. Oh my God, her eye's moving a bit. I don't like it. Whoa, the eye's moving quite a bit. Another video where no one's holding, it's, oh my God, I thought that was blood. I was like, that's clearly bad. Another video where someone isn't holding the eye open and there's a lot of eye movement happening right before the needle is inserted. I ain't no body modification artist, but I know that that is not the correct way of doing it. Also, That to me, again, looked far too deep. It looks like sometimes these things are just done like willy-nilly, like whatever. It's just an everyday procedure, whatever. This absolutely is not. This is terrifying. I'm so scared for these people. Like I genuinely thought it was going too deep and then I saw the red and I was like, that's gotta be blood, surely. But it was just the ink, but it still looked too deep. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if any of these made you feel uncomfortable, or let me know if you're ready to sign up for an eyeball tattoo immediately. I'll be back very soon. Bye.